can't sit around and lie to my kids. Were dinosaurs real? No, dinosaurs were not real. All of these things, I'm not gonna lie to my kids. I am more inclined to believe the most outlandish thing than I am to believe anything reasonable.
Why are people so reluctant to believe science?
Because people think they know better.
But why?
They want to think that they're smarter and more educated and come up with these conspiracies that things aren't real.
In their mind, they create a story of why it's not real.
Right.
But hear me out. If you found all the bones to a chicken, a duck, a pig, a horse, a cow, and you had no idea what they looked like, you've never seen one in your life, you didn't even know they existed, could you find every single bone? Could you put them together exactly the way that they were intended to be? Could you tell me how they saw, how they ran, how they flew, what they ate, how they gave birth? Tell me if they had feathers or hair. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably not.
I have a lot of answers. So first of all, birds are like the closest relatives to dinosaurs that we know. Because when we found dinosaur fossils, which are all in a relatively similar area, the bones of birds are not that different. So from looking at the biology of these birds and then comparing it to the dinosaurs, we can assume what other parts of the body look like that we have not discovered. But we know a lot from looking at other animals we have that have evolved and adapted traits from these other animals.
Just because she could not take a bunch of bones that were discovered and put them together to make sense doesn't mean other people can.
There are people who study archaeology in the bones of other creatures for this specific purpose. They can identify what an animal looks like. This Mosasaurus right here.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think I'll ever be one of those moms who requires my kids to go to college. I never graduated college. I did 1.5 years and walked away with debt. And never once have I ever thought to myself, man, I wish I had a college degree.
Well, that explains a lot, because college is a fountain of knowledge.
But I'm going to play devil's advocate. You have not been to college. You are 12.
I really just love learning. I can't have a book out of my hands. I've actually forgotten to get off the bus because I was too distracted on my book.
We're not trying to bash this lady. However, it is not safe to spread misinformation about topics that are pretty general, like not rocket science.
Yeah. Listen to what the professionals say. The professionals who have studied these things all their life and know what they're talking about.